Hi, and welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. And now we're going to be talking about a subject that I think a lot of people in Oregon are familiar with, and that's outdoor school. This is, we're going to be talking about outdoor school for all. And here to talk about that, we have Larry Morgan, who is a Troutdale City Councilor, a realtor in the area, former student body president at Mount Hood Community College, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, and Tom Potter, you are former mayor of Portland, former chief of police, and you have a legacy a mile long of the things you did for the city of Portland. Very, very impressive, and I'm very happy to have both of you here today to talk about outdoor school.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Thank you, thank you. So tell me, how did you two get involved with this? What's your connection to outdoor school?
I think his is...
Did you go to outdoor
Well,
school?
yeah, for me, hearing about this initiative and the involvement about this, it was personal because I remember in middle school going to outdoor school and learning education, not in the classroom, but in the wilderness.
It's a whole
survival
different thing,
instincts.
isn't it?
Yeah, and people that are maybe not accustomed to raising the hand and taking the tests, they're able to experience the classroom in nature, in science, and survival instincts.
Right, it's a whole different way of learning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still remember Pike explaining to us about water streams and ferns, and just it's a unique opportunity that should be available for all Oregonians.
I agree. I think it makes it it makes it real. Some of the things you learn in school, I think they seem so remote from your own personal lives. So tell me, for people that maybe don't know what outdoor school is, one of you want to tell me exactly what that is?
Well, it started in 1957 in Oregon, and down in southern Oregon.
Okay.
And the idea was to provide an opportunity for young people to experience outdoors, whether it's in the woods or in the deserts of Oregon or on the coast. And the idea was to give them an education about the importance of our great outdoors and the asset that it is, and give them the tools to understand so that as they continue their education, they can begin to integrate it into the other parts of their education. It's an exciting kind of school, as I told you earlier. My four children all went to outdoor school, and it really had a deep impact on them at the time and also later on. And that that's when I became a big fan of outdoor school. While I was the police chief, I also saw the opportunity to give kids that chance to experience the outdoors. What I found is a lot of inner city kids do not have the opportunity to go to the beach, ride in a boat, or camp out overnight.
Right, right.
And so that broadens your horizons and your views of the world and gives you a much better understanding of your place in the world.
Sure.
And so outdoor school does a lot of things. I also found as police chief, and it's been borne by studies, that outdoor schools helps your regular school activities, and it increases the chances of graduating from high school.
Really? There have been studies done to...
And there's been studies done that show that. And the Pew Center is one of the organizations that has done that research. And so the more that the kids have those kind of opportunities, the greater the chance for graduation. And when I was the police chief, I saw firsthand that when young people had this experience and it provided them an avenue to continue their education and to graduate, is that young people who graduated less often chose to become involved in criminal activity. And the research has pointed that out as well.
Wow.
So there's a lot of benefits for it. Unfortunately, Oregon ranks almost last in high school graduations of the 50 states.
That's really sad.
And that's really sad. So everything we can do to improve those odds and to increase high school graduation rates is really important. And what I found is outdoor school does it, and does it very well, and it's fun for the kids.
It's really fun for the kids, but it does incorporate, it not only incorporates it into their schoolwork, but they prepare for it ahead of time. There's math, and there's science, and there's geography, and there's geology, there's everything. You can tie it all into nature, and I think it really gives them a better respect for our land and our country here, and a better understanding of how we affect it. I don't see it as a loss at all. I mean, what is the drawback except that it costs some money now to do that?
It costs a lot of money.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I was a kid, I couldn't go to outdoor school because I went to a school that wasn't a public school, and they didn't offer it. And I remember being so jealous of the kids that got to go because it was so popular. But when I was a senior in high school, I got to go as a counselor, and I loved it. I thought it was a fabulous thing. So I'm very much a supporter of that. So now, because it does cost money, there are schools that don't have it in the state of Oregon. Is that correct?
Yeah, a large amount of Oregon currently doesn't have available due to funding. There's 4 counties in Oregon, Curry and Coos, just on the coastal aspect, and then 2 counties on the more eastern that have less than 5% participation. In fact, about 3%, and some with 0. So this is an opportunity to fund this at a statewide level that allows for strategic investments to allow for rural students to have the same experience as Multnomah County students to have a near 90% participation in outdoor school.
Okay, so tell me what we're talking about here. This is a campaign. I know didn't they get this passed?
A Senate bill.
The Senate bill passed.
Yes.
Okay.
People can go to outdoorschoolforall.com, and there's a lot of information there that they can see that will help them. What has happened is that the Senate passed a bill, but they didn't provide any funding for the bill, but they recognized the value of outdoor school. So this committee was formed to begin to see if we could pass, get enough signatures to pass in the November ballot a measure that would create the funding, about $22 million.
Okay.
Now in Oregon, there's about 55,000 young people around the 6th grade that could benefit by this. And as Larry was pointing out, not all of them get that opportunity. It's better in the metro area, but even still, some of the schools in the metro area have to cut way back because it does require a certain amount of money. By raising this money, the schools that are participated in outdoor school, that money that they would normally spend on it can go back into their budgets to pay for teachers, to pay for curriculums, whatever the school decides to spend it on. So there's some real advantages. But the real advantage is helping our children to become better people, to give them the opportunity to exceed and succeed in school, and to have a different experience that helps reframe some of their thinking about who they are and where they want to go.
I love that. I mean, it's so important. These are our kids that we're talking about.
These are our kids.
It's our future. So I understand that they have volunteer nights for this for Outdoor School for All that are Mondays and Thursdays. I think we have some pictures of some of the groups of people, and maybe we can take a look at them now. Some of the groups of people that get together for volunteer nights, and as part of the campaign, and everybody looks like they're having a really good time at these. So this is the Oregon Outdoor Education Coalition.
Yes.
One of the probably nights for phone banking for people to call and garner support and raise funds and raise awareness.
That's right.
Okay.
And they really need that help because their budget is very small. And the good thing about their budget being small is that most of the money that's raised will go into these programs,
Which is
not the
important.
overhead, which is really important.
So these are people that are passionate about it and
Volunteers,
Yes.
John Q. Public, just citizens that are interested.
can't do it without our volunteers, can we?
We did it one night, my wife and I and a number of our friends, and it was really fun.
Well, it looks like these people,
everybody
they
has a
all look
good
like they're
time.
having a good time.
Yes, and
Yeah.
so it's really a great experience, and you do something that's simple but so necessary, and that is calling people to ask, will you be able to support us? Could you be a volunteer? When we start canvassing for signatures in February, we have to have 130,000 signatures by June 30th.
Okay.
And we're going to need a lot of volunteers to get the message out, to get the signatures, and then to get out the vote in November after we've got those signatures. We're sure we're going to get the signatures, but we're sure that we need the help in order to do that.
Oh, I have no doubt. So if people support this and have a little extra time and can help out, they can go to the website, find out what they need to do. But the ballot initiative campaign starts in February, ends in June. So we just have a few months here to gather all those
That's right.
signatures. and then be sure to get out and vote.
Yes, and outdoorschoolforall.org is the website. There's a way for them to get involved or donate or become engaged, receive information, and get updates. But
Okay.
a very crucial and a unique opportunity for all of Oregon to come together to fund these.
What was your favorite memory of outdoor school, Larry? Do you
I
have one?
just think the camaraderie.
Yeah.
I think that this is an opportunity where you're not a D student or an A student or an honor student. You're just a student that's in nature, that's getting involved and working together.
Yeah.
And kind of that opportunity to work together.
Where did you go?
We went to Eagle Fern.
Eagle Fern, okay.
So-
And I was down at the coast at Camp Westwind, and I'll never forget it. I just remember that I always thought science was boring. And after that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is not boring, because you get that hands-on stuff that you
Yes.
had, that, you know.
It makes a difference,
yeah,
doesn't it?
it's like kids who get to garden and find out that, oh, you know, a potato, you know, isn't just automatically become a French fry. It actually, you know, grows in
There's
the
a
ground.
process.
There's, you know, I see where my food comes from, because it's
Yeah.
a different thing to understand that. You know, what can you attribute to outdoor school for your kids? What was something that affected them or made a difference for
A very
them?
tangible thing. My son Troy went as both a student and then came back in high school as a counselor, like you did, and met his wife there.
Oh, is that right?
And so
There you go.
and their daughter is at OHSU and studying marine biology because of what happened to her at outdoor school. And a lot of kids get that spark while they're there in science, in nature conservancy, whatever it is, they get their spark to think, I want to do this the rest of my life.
That's pretty impressive. And you know, we have such a wonderful state here and so much beautiful nature. And for the kids not to be able to get out there, like the kids you were saying in a lot of urban areas that never get to go to the beach or the mountains or
Yes.
or never get to go camping, that kind of thing, just never, you know, maybe their families don't have the money for that, you know, to have that experience. Be able to do that with their classmates is a pretty cool thing. Yeah, and it does. I've never talked to one kid ever who did not thoroughly enjoy their outdoor school experience.
And when you talk to those teenage counselors, you know, you get the little a piece of wood that has your counseling name on it.
Yeah.
And years later, when they come together and chat about this, it meant so much to them too.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure because there's been over 1 million people in Oregon that went through outdoor school, that there are parents and grandparents who had that same experience.
Yeah.
And so we want those people also to step forward and say, what can we do to help?
Yeah, yeah. I got an email from a friend of mine who's coming to visit next month, and he wrote, "How you doing, Tum Tum?" I said, "Oh, Skookum." I said, "Skookum." It was like we both remembered our names from camp, because we were really close friends, and it was, yeah. You
Such a
you
special
remember
memory.
that? Yeah. I mean, that's been a long time since I was a counselor at outdoor school, but I remember that, and so did he. So that was pretty cool. So this is a great movement to try to get that for all kids, and I think it's important.
Yes.
So I would encourage people to go to the website, outdoorschoolforall.org, check it out, and they can get out there and, you know, canvas, or even let other people know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Telegraph, telephone, tell a friend.
there you go, Larry. Thank you. Thank you, both of you, for being on tonight to share that with our viewers. And if you need more information, be sure to go to the website, check it out. I'm sure they can use all the help that you're willing to give. And Outdoor School for All is something that all children in this state should have. So stick around. We'll be right back with more of Community Hotline.
of your own? Come check out the basic editing class at MetroEast. Our trainers will give you the skills you need to flex your creative muscles. Using our state-of-the-art iMacs and Final Cut Pro 10, you can work with your own videos, add graphics and music, and even drop in cool special effects like green screen and slow motion. The best part? No experience is required. All ages and skill levels are welcome. Find out more on our website at metroeast.org.